Hello and welcome everybody, and thanks for joining into another video. My name is Wilky, but as you can see I'm not in the arena. This is actually going to be a PvE video, and the reason being, one, there's some... I'm not too sure if it's a cool feature or not yet. I think it's at least something new, especially for PvE people. And we finally received the Nightmare dungeons. I'm not actually sure what Nightmare looked like for the other servers. I think it's a bit different, but I'm not actually too sure. So I cannot give you any info on that. So, however, pretty much, basically the idea of this dungeon is to have an even higher difficulty. But the thing is, I'm currently running in Waterford Nightmare, so this is recommended for level 52, which is why I'm actually able to clear it that well. Because other than my Assassin and my Blade Master, who is quite frankly quite shit, there's not really much I can do in PvE right now. Mainly because I don't have any good class, or I do have a good class. Like I said, Assassin is not that bad, but my gear is not so good, and I don't have that many skill books, so I'm still kind of really average when it comes to PvE. However, back to the mode. Like I said, this is pretty much just like any normal dungeon with slight tweaks, but the main difference is the difficulty, which isn't really showing right now. I'm not actually sure if I can join a Raebin or Ancelot Nightmare mode yet. I'm not too sure what level that is. I will try later. But like I said, for now this is pretty much just a normal dungeon. At the end of the dungeon you will see, you will get a new reward, which is going to be used to exchange into a chest. I'm not actually sure what that chest gives. I suppose it's there are new armor sets, the Nightmare set, which is quite frankly, looking at it, just the set effect. If you ever get to fight somebody, or if anybody ever gets to lay their hands on those, they are gonna be pretty much unkillable in PvP, unless you ring them out. Because it has this one stupid bonus where... Damn it. It has that one stupid bonus where it, I think with a 3% chance, you will receive, oh, it's not there, 2.5k HP in region, or like a 2.5k heal. Which kinda shits in the faces of any combo class, because that pretty much discourages people from comboing, or like comboing more than like 10 hits. Because the damage decay is probably not gonna pay off the risk of actually healing your enemy. Which doesn't really make sense anyway. I mean, why the hell would an armor grant you a chance to heal? The extreme set was already kind of weird, but it's okay. It doesn't technically make you invincible. It only reduces damage, but if you're lucky with that procs, and some classes actually tend to deal a lot of hits with not that much overall damage per hit, but rather the amount of hits, you might actually end up healing your enemies rather than dealing damage, which is only in theory. Nobody has this set, and it would probably take a while until somebody gets it. But if somebody, and especially somebody with player resistance and who's generally tanky already, I'm looking at like Guardians or even Elementalists. Like the best example is probably Orchideo. If he's ever gonna lay his hands on that set with the amount of player resistance and the weird mechanic that Mana Ward is actually like, I don't think he's gonna take that much damage anymore. Anyway, so the unique thing is this Kruger's mask, or in this case, and something out of this chest, which I honestly don't have an idea what to do with yet. I'm sure some people find out, but I'm not really that much of a reader in terms of information. I pretty much just ended up trying it myself. I can show you the NPC though. I'm not too sure, my inventory is kind of full. This is it. As you can see, I did a couple of these runs because mainly you get a quest, and every dungeon offers a different reward apparently, and if you go to this NPC you can exchange them for these bags. I suppose these bags contain... I will just go over to Raebin really quick. I suppose that these bags will contain the shard things you need for the nightmare armor. And there's also Raebin, like I said, no, there we go. There's also Raebin nightmare mode, but I'm not too sure if I can enter it, actually. I'm not yet sure about that. I should probably gain some levels with my assassin, or maybe gear, or probably both. So we do have a quest, but that's probably going to be the normal Raebin quest. I don't think I've ever done a dungeon in Raebin yet with my assassin, or did I? I'm not too sure. Like I said, I'm not really into PvE. That might change though, because that set seems like a must. Hard, but only tower. Okay. I might be able to enter that way. But that's not something I'm gonna show you. I will just quickly... Where am I going? There. I should really get some wings though. That would shave off some time at least. So this is where you exchange the... Traces of Nightmare are they called. So as you can see, they are kind of like tier-wise sorted. These are the first ones, and to unlock the second ones you actually need the first one, so you have to buy or exchange all of those. And looking at the last set, that 40% critical damage increase, I kinda don't get it because it only applies when you get hit, so that's kinda strange. Especially since it's 50%, so it's almost on every time you get a combo in, or like you being comboed. But whenever it pops, you would have to immediately use your evasive dash and be able to punish the enemy right away to get some use out of it. Unless the description is glitched or bugged or simply wrong, I'm not too sure about that. However, as you can see, the second bonus, 2.5k, 2500 HP with a 3% chance. Now bear in mind, this doesn't sound like a high chance, but given the fact that most classes will very well deal over 50 or 60 hits to kill an enemy, an average enemy, unless you're a bad maiden or something, then it's probably a bit less, but technically you do a crap load of hits. And giving the enemy back 2500 HP sounds like very strange thing. So all of these take the same amount of traces of Nightmare. I'm not actually too sure. I will make an update video once I actually collected all of the items to exchange a box, and I will post it afterwards. So, but like I said, this is pretty much... This might actually drive some people to PvE. The good thing is, though, that apparently these traces are not bound. So you can farm and sell, or vice versa, you can buy those if you don't want to farm. But I guess they're gonna be quite expensive. Anyways, that's pretty much it for the new mood. I think it's a new addition, especially for PvE. I'm not too sure what the impact of these sets will be on PvP. We're gonna see that. I hope we're not gonna see them too soon, but eventually people will get them, so that's something we have to bear in mind. And the other thing is, due to that, PvP is kind of really empty. I was sitting in the arena for half an hour and nobody even joined my room. So that's very unfortunate right now, but I cannot blame them for trying out PvE. Anyways, this is pretty much it for a short or small update video on the content. I'm not sure if when I will be able to get to the point where I'm actually able to exchange one of these parts to see the actual stats, not just the defense, but I suppose they just work like normal armor, so you get HP, intelligence, like health, intelligence, and all these stats, but I will see. Anyways, Thanks for watching, and as always, see ya!